Hey folks, Merry Christmas and welcome to our Christmas edition. In this episode, we're going to be doing the American favorite, bacon. If you don't like this, you're just un-American. So we're going to be doing two different types of cures on this one. We're going to do a wet cure and we're going to do a dry cure. We'll just see which one tastes better. So stick around and let's see what we can do. For our wet cured bacon here, I'm going to add salt, white sugar, and brown sugar. Then I'm going to add half of the water required just so I can make sure all the dry ingredients are dissolved in the water before I add the rest of the water. For the amounts of the ingredients, please visit our website at www.headlineoutdoors.com. Now with all the dry ingredients dissolved in the water, it's time to add the pork belly. It may help if you add weights to hold the pork belly submerged. I simply used a mason jar filled with water. Now after 14 days in the wet cure, we're going to dump out the cure, rinse off the pork belly, pat them dry, put them on a cookie rack, and let them sit in the refrigerator for another 24 hours. And after 24 hours in the refrigerator, it's finally time to get it out on the smoker. We'll smoke it at 165 degrees for about 4 hours. That should reach an internal temperature of 150 degrees for at least 15 minutes, just to kill off all the bad stuff in there. Now before you smoke it, you can actually sprinkle a little black pepper on that just for extra flavor, but it's okay if you don't. Now fight the urge to fry it up right as soon as you pull off the smoker and let it rest again in the refrigerator overnight. And now on to the dried cured bacon. For this one, we're going to need black pepper, brown sugar, and salt. And use a fork to break up all the clumps of the brown sugar and just to make sure everything's mixed evenly. And again, for a full list of ingredients for this recipe, as well as many others, visit our website, www.headlineoutdoors.com. Here comes the fun part, folks. We're going to get our hands dirty. You wash your pork belly, then you pat it dry, and then here we're going to pour the maple syrup all over it and rub it in with your hands. That's what our dry cure is going to adhere to. Now after you get a nice even coating on both sides of your pork belly with your dry rub, wrap it with handy wrap. Put it on a baking sheet because all that salt and everything that's in that dry rub is going to pull the moisture out. And it's going to have somewhere to go, and you don't want it to go all over your refrigerator. Because it's going to be in your refrigerator for 7 days. Now halfway through the week, we need to flip this pork belly just so we can make sure everything's distributed evenly. Now that our 7 days is up, we have two options here. Option one, like I'm doing here, we can unwrap it and rinse all the dry rub off, and pat it dry and put it on a cookie sheet and back into the refrigerator for an overnight drying session. Or option two, we can take it out the package, pat it dry, leave all that dry rub on there, and stick it on a cookie sheet and put it back into the refrigerator just to dry it out overnight. Kind of help all the moisture get off the outside edges of it to help that smoke adhere to it better. Like the wet cured bacon we smoked, the dried cured bacon will go on fat side up about 165 degrees for 4 hours. It should reach an internal temperature of 150 degrees for at least 15 minutes just to kill everything inside. Pull it and we'll put it in the refrigerator for overnight.